as if you're happy with how that game ended. So just talk about the entire game.
I mean, look, when you evaluate a game, there's lots of things. I mean, and it doesn't matter what the score of a game is. There's always positives, and there's always areas you need to improve upon. And that's just the way it goes. My message at the end of the game was this, okay, is that my expectations of our baseball team are extremely high, extremely high. And when I've got high expectations, if we don't meet them, then I'm going to say something about them. Tonight, we got the win. I'm pleased we got the win. Everybody's pleased we got the win, okay? There are lots of aspects of the game tonight we did not do well. We did not do well. There was lots of them. I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's areas that we need to get better at. And for me, my responsibility, okay, my responsibility as the head coach is you can't just look at just the now. You have to look down the road. See, that's my job. I don't care what sport you coach. The job of a head coach is to evaluate the now and then look down the road, okay? So I'm evaluating what we did today. I know what we did well, and I know what we need to get better at. There's a lot of things because I know what's down the road if we play better. So therefore, that was what I told the guys.
Victory today clinches the series, Coach. Who are you going to go with tomorrow as your starter?
Martin.
Can you talk about the lineup today, especially top in the middle of the order? Like, they seemed to carry it today as they got most of the runs. Like Johnston, Matos had a 3-run home run.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought there were some. If you give me kind of one big positive of the day, I thought offensively we were better. I mean, we were better throughout the day. We were better. We were still a little bit inconsistent, but we took advantage of a few mistakes and we were better. So that was a positive. The key now is just to kind of get it spread out, 1 to 9. We kind of sit here every night, and most nights there's, maybe two guys, we can ask about, like you said, a Matos or maybe a Hempy or, whoever it is. Every night there's kind of somebody different. The hopes is that, most nights, it's not going to happen all the time, but to spread out a little bit the contributions.
Entering the game, last two games, middle of the lineup, hitters 4 through 6 were 0 for 21 in the last 21 at bats. They've got 5 hits tonight. So how important is it for that middle of the lineup to produce?
Very important. I mean, they got to. I mean, they're hitting there for a reason. And I've mixed and matched a little bit, with the last 2 days with just trying to do it. Listen, when I mix and match a little bit, you're looking for kind of the right combo, and it's just for that game. Sometimes it depends on what I think we're seeing. Righty, lefty type of guy, and you try to think in your mind, who's going to put the best at bats together and those kind of things. But look, at the end of the day, no matter who's hitting in that kind of 3 to 6 range, they got to produce. They're there for a reason.
How good was it to be in a position to be able to get the Bo Deckers, Dale Irvings, and Spencer Haynes? Very
good. Yeah, very good. That's the game within the game. We've got a lot of great players, and I'm glad some guys got some opportunities. I hope they'll continue to it. That's like we say, what do you do with your opportunities? You mentioned Spencer Haynes. He got up there, and I know he got out, but he hit that hard ball right there. You can't hit a ball much harder, and that was good to see. You see those guys. And Bo Decker, I know he struck out, but Bo went in there hacking and letting it rip, and that's what you want. Those are the things you look for in young kids. Are they aggressive when they get their chances? And Hunter took some good at bats. So listen, that's a great thing to see that stuff.
Can you talk about Chris Matulis coming in for 3 innings, checking out 6 batters? He really held the game down when it was still in question.
Chris has done a great job. You're right, as you just said, the game was in question, so I went to him. Danny Davis didn't have his best stuff today. He's up in the zone, and he'll tell you that. Didn't have his best stuff, kind of gutted it out for us. And, at that point after 5 innings, you're right, it was a close game, so we went right to Chris. And, like I said, Chris, not only is he very good, but he gives us that kind of calming, demeaning presence, with everybody because he's good. And he's older, and he's got that competitiveness, and he's done it all year long. So Chris was very good, and I took him out of there, which, what I thought was a comfortable lead. Obviously, it didn't turn into that. But, it was the right move, obviously. I need to get him out of there, have the ability to come back tomorrow and be ready for Tuesday, Wednesday in the role that he has.
You said Tyler Martin's going tomorrow. So, 1, when did you tell him he was going to start? And 2, what does he have to do to be successful in his first career start?
I just told T. Mart. I just told him in the huddle right there, and I said, T. Mart, you got your first start tomorrow. So they were all excited for it. Listen, Martin has done great for us. He had a great fall, had a great preseason, has done a good job for us. So he's going to get the ball tomorrow. He just needs to throw strikes. I thought he threw very well the other night when he came in. He really did. His velo was good, and he's got. I tell you what, he is a very mature freshman. In a lot of ways, he really is. He's the son of a coach. His coach, Coach Martin's the head basketball coach at Providence Providence School in Jacksonville, and anybody that follows high school athletics knows that's one of the best basketball and baseball, but his basketball is what his father coaches, basketball programs in the entire state of Florida. So he's, and T played basketball for his dad, so the coach's son, he gets it, he's mature, he's got a tremendous work ethic, and he's got a bright future.
Can you talk about today's performance as a team overall, especially, during the middle of the lineup, you guys carried it. You had 3 RBIs today, especially early in the game. You got 3 of the first 4 runs batted. Can you talk about that?
Well, it was nice. We haven't gotten out to a quick start in a while, so it was nice, within the first few innings to get some runs right off the bat, to give our pitchers a little bit of breathing room. But it's always easier, to hit with a lead. But so it was good that we got out to a little quicker start than we have in the past few games, for sure.
What's the mindset when you guys went down 5-4? Was the mindset always keep confidence because you guys are talented in the middle of the lineup?
Yeah, never any panic, especially this lineup. Our pitchers, they do such a great job of keeping the game close. So we knew they were going to keep it there. 1 and 2, our offense, we never panic. We know we got good enough bats in there that no matter what, we'll be fine. Even if it's the 5th inning or the 9th inning, we all trust each other to get the job done.
You've been hitting in the cleanup role now, a new one for you. Your first career start against Bethune. You had 3 RBI, a little nugget, first time since March 14th, your freshman year.
Yeah.
Just talk about what it's like being responsible. You're going to have guys on in front of you.
It's nice, man. Having these guys, like I said before, I'm as confident as ever, especially with the guys in front of me getting on and stuff. Everybody's doing a good job. So, it's nice being out there with some ducks on the pond for sure. They all do a great job. Taladate's like he's out there literally every at-bat he's on base, which is nice. Lets us open up the field a little bit, do some hit and runs, whatever. But yeah, like I said, it's great having him, JoJo, and Hempy. I feel like every time I come up, there's somebody on base. They're doing an awesome job. So
you're getting obviously a regular second baseman. You haven't been able to fill that role for the role. You've been banged up. What's it been like every day? When you're counted on at second base.
Man, it's awesome. It's just great to be back. After last year's injury, it's awesome. But they do a great job keeping me healthy, training staff and everything. There's nobody better. And so these guys, it's just fun to play with them. So it's good.